Hi, Angelyn. Pleasure to have you with us at CMS Asia Singapore. So, my first question to you is, what is your favorite content marketing example and why?
So I would say a very good example that I have is something to do with an event that we have. And with that event, there's a lot of content push. As Aeon, we're a thought leader, and we want to make sure that we create a platform where our clients, who are risk managers, understand what's happening in the market, the trends. They understand what are the risks. The new risk that is coming up in Asia and in the world. So this risk platform that we have, which is called Aeon Insight Series, is an event that we have, event that we have, and basically it gives you content, bite-sized content from speakers. And the best part about it is the speakers are actually our clients. So they are the ones who are sharing the stories, and we, if we have a panel, we have an Aeon person who usually moderates the panel, and sort of gives a neutral ground for our clients to understand, this is a platform for you to understand as our client from somebody else that's in the industry, who's a risk manager, who's a finance person, who understands exactly the pain points of our clients. So that's something that, we have something we have conducted in the last 3 years, and we're very proud of it, and we're actually going to have another event this year in about 2 weeks' time. Yeah.
Great. So, Angelyn, I would like to know how startups should plan their content marketing approach at a shoestring budget. We have a lot of newcomers coming up. So, what are your suggestions for them?
So my suggestion is marketing, in any organization is usually seen as the expense, not exactly, the ideal, but we should be, converting that mindset from an expense to a revenue generator, and therefore things like lead generation is very important. So if you need to invest your money in any campaigns or in any marketing strategies, it needs to be aligned to the business sales. If you have that model in place, that's where you allocate your money towards that sort of mindset. So if you're doing events, if you're doing campaigns, if you're doing content, you need to make sure that it's targeted at your audience, and it's going to realize some kind of revenue at the end of the day. So it could be a brand awareness campaign, it could be a lead generation, but that needs to be some kind of ROI at the end of the day. So in terms of your budgets, for us at Aeon, what we do is we take in everything. So we're a one-stop shop. Everything is done internally, and we want to make sure that we control. There's consistency, there's reusability, there's also an option for us to be able to recreate stuff, because if we understand the brand internally very well. So at Aeon, we don't really use agencies very much. That helps to reduce our budget spend. But it's important to have a very strong and competent team to be able to execute on those deliverables. So whether is it the buzzword now is creating videos. Yeah. So you need to sort of upskill your team, your marketing team, to be able to understand digital formats, understand some of the paid media like SOEs, SEMs. They need to be a bit more well equipped, and that's the kind of people that you want to hire in your team, and that's how you reduce the budgets, and by not outsourcing it too much. But if you have the budget, that'd be great. But if you can do it in-house, that's something that helps reduce some of the expense.
Thanks, Angelyn. The last question from me to you is, the 3 classic mistakes in content marketing that brands make.
Okay, so number 1. So let's start from the beginning when it comes to content creation. So what you would think it would be a thought leadership piece, when it goes down the lines of reviews, when it goes from the to the business, sometimes it comes back as a sales pitch. So that's number one. Need to be very clear of the purpose of that content piece. Are you educating? Are you selling? Because then it changes the format. Is it a brochure? Is it a sell sheet? Is it a newsletter or an article, right? So, or a blog post. So really, we need to understand the purpose of the platform before it is actually, comes out as a deliverable, because then expectations are managed and it doesn't come out as a sales pitch at the end of the day. So that's classic mistake number one. Number two is setting expectations with the business in terms of what marketing is going to deliver, because we produce a lot of content. The question is, what do you want these content to deliver? Right? That's and the impact you want it to have on the audience. So that's really important as well. So a lot of people miss that sometimes, and they're so busy producing all this content, and they miss out in terms of what's the actual impact you want. So that's something to just keep in mind. And number three, I would say, is in terms of goal setting. As in a team, right? As a marketing team, you need to make sure that the team understands why they are producing a lot of this content, because it gets, it's a beast. It is a beast in terms of understanding that there's so much to be delivered. So, in my organization, you can get up to 100 over campaigns, and that's a lot for a small group of marketing team to handle. So you need to understand the end point, the end result. What is the ROI? And it's true that some of them may not be able to deliver ROI directly, but what is the end game for them to see it? So as a manager, as a team leader, is to make your team understand the KPIs and the goals that they have, so that it will help you achieve your content marketing goals. Yeah.
Thank you, Angelyn. That was quite insightful.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very
Thank you.